Now, as promised, Stephen Kinnock is in the LBC tent at College Green, Labour MP. You've been part of these proceedings already this afternoon. Is this, as Steve Bryan was telling us earlier, a good day for the Commons?
I think it is, Eddie, absolutely. I think it's quite liberating, actually, that we are finally being allowed to have the debate that should have been taking place at least 2 years ago, where you recognise that Brexit was a very divisive referendum result, divided the House, divided the British people, and that would have been the moment to try to bring people together and forge a national consensus.
But here we are.
Instead, the Prime Minister went off on her own tangent, and we've wasted months, if not years, with her very narrow approach to this. So it's actually been very liberating, very good for democracy. I think today has been a good day for Parliament and a good day for British democracy.
Where will it end up?
Well, that's a very good question. The amendment that I am lead sponsor on with Nick Bowles, a Conservative MP, Common Market 2.0, which says that we should leave the European Union, leave the political institutions, but stay in the single market, have a form of customs arrangement, thus ensuring that we step away from the EU, but we don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, we don't burn our bridges. That amendment has been selected by the Speaker. I had the chance to speak to it this afternoon, and I'm very much hoping that it will get good cross-party support. Certainly if you look at the cross-party signatures for it, we really are reaching into both the Remain and the Leave camps. But there's a number of others. There are 7 others. Colleagues will have the opportunity to vote, and we are really going to have to see. I'm genuinely not in the business of predicting, I'm afraid, so I'm not going to give you a forecast.
But what you can tell me is maybe what your party stands for. Barry Gardiner, your colleague, was on the radio this morning saying Labour isn't a Remain party.
Well, the whip has been given to us today, and we have been given a 3-line whip to vote for the Peter Kyle, Phil Wilson amendment, which says that whatever deal is finalised by Parliament should be put to the people. So we've been given a 3-line whip on that. So I think Barry was not actually in line with party policy.
Do you know what your leader really thinks?
Well, Jeremy, whatever you say about him, he has always been in line with the membership. I mean, he, of course, has been elected twice by our membership, and you can quite easily say, I think, he owes his position to the membership, and therefore I think he recognises that there was a strong view in conference that we should have a second referendum on the table.
But do you get the impression he's a gut Remainer?
I think he has deep reservations about it. And I have to say I have deep reservations as well. I'm very worried about how divisive it could be for the country. But I think we also recognise that the utter incompetence and ineptitude of this government could potentially put us into a situation where we have no choice but to put it back to the people. But I genuinely hope that this will be Parliament finding a solution, because I believe in parliamentary democracy, not in referendums.
All right, thank you. I know you have to go. Thank you for taking the time. Stephen Kinnock, Labour MP.